Have you ever wondered how Russia, a country so vast and diverse, became the nation we know today? Let's take a journey back in time, to the era of the Tsars, a period that molded the foundation of this intriguing country. The establishment of the Tsardom of Russia in 1547 marked the beginning of a new era. It was an age of power, grandeur, and dramatic turns of events. One such ruler who left an indelible mark was Ivan the Terrible. His reign was a paradox of great reforms and brutal terror, a tumultuous period that saw Russia expand its territories while its people bore the brunt of Ivan's infamous Oprichnina, his reign of terror. Fast forward to the dawn of the 18th century, and the baton of leadership passed to Peter the Great. Known for his towering stature and even more towering ambitions, Peter was a reformer who believed in the power of modernization. His westernization efforts transformed Russia from a medieval state to a more modern European-like country. He introduced sweeping changes in the Russian military, government, and society. Peter the Great's legacy is a testament to the power of vision and the will to bring about change. However, all that glitters is not gold. The final years of Tsarist Russia were under the rule of Nicholas II, the last Tsar of the Romanov Dynasty. His reign was marked by political unrest, economic hardship, and ultimately, the devastating First World War. Despite his best efforts, Nicholas II could not steer the ship of the nation away from the iceberg of revolution. As the Romanov dynasty crumbled, a new chapter was set to begin in Russia's history. The fall of the Tsars marked the end of an era and the beginning of a period of profound transformation. The stage was set for the rise of a new system and a new power to take the reins of this vast nation. But that's a story for another time. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the fascinating tapestry of Russia's rich history. With the fall of the Tsar, a new power rose from the ashes, the Soviet Union. In the aftermath of the October Revolution in 1917, the Tsarist autocracy, which had ruled Russia for centuries, was overthrown. This seismic shift in power led to the birth of the Soviet Union, an entirely new form of government based on the principles of socialism and communism. At the helm of this new establishment was Vladimir Lenin, a man who had dedicated his life to the cause of the proletariat, the working class. Lenin's leadership was instrumental in shaping the initial years of the Soviet Union. He implemented radical policies such as the New Economic Policy, which sought to modernize Russia's economy through a mix of socialist and capitalist measures. However, after Lenin's death in 1924, Joseph Stalin rose to power. Under Stalin's rule, the Soviet Union underwent massive industrialization and collectivization efforts. These changes, while leading to rapid economic growth, came at a severe human cost. Millions of people were uprooted from their homes, and countless lives were lost due to famine and forced labor. Stalin's rule was also marked by extreme political repression, known as the Great Purge. During this period, anyone perceived as a threat to Stalin's power was ruthlessly eliminated. This grim chapter in Soviet history saw the execution and imprisonment of hundreds of thousands of people. World War II marked a pivotal moment for the Soviet Union. Despite suffering devastating losses, the Soviet Union played a significant role in the defeat of Nazi Germany. This victory enhanced the Soviet Union's status as a global superpower and marked the beginning of the Cold War era. Yet, despite its military prowess and global influence, the Soviet Union was fraught with internal contradictions. Economic hardships, political repression, and the growing desire for freedom among its people were slowly eating away at the fabric of the state. The Soviet Union, however, was not destined to last forever. In 1991, a seismic shift occurred that would redefine Russia once again. It was the year that marked the end of the Soviet Union, an era that had dominated the geopolitical landscape for nearly 3/4 of a century. Soviet communism, once a formidable force that had challenged the capitalist world, was now on its knees, leading to the birth of a new Russia. The dissolution of the Soviet Union was not a peaceful affair. It was a period marked by economic collapse, political instability, and social upheaval. The 1990s in Russia were a time of chaos. The transition from a centrally planned economy to a free market system was not smooth. Hyperinflation, corruption, and organized crime ran rampant. The country's GDP saw a drastic fall, and the living standards of ordinary Russians plummeted. Amidst this chaos, a figure emerged who promised stability and a return to national pride: Vladimir Putin. He took over the reins in 1999, and since then, he has been a dominant figure in Russian politics. Putin's rise to power marked a significant shift in Russia's trajectory. He introduced economic reforms that stabilized the economy, brought down inflation, and led to economic growth. However, the political changes under Putin's regime have been controversial. While he managed to restore order and stability, it came at the cost of civil liberties and democratic norms. Critics argue that Putin's Russia has seen a return to authoritarianism, with the state exercising tight control over the media, suppressing political opposition, and curtailing individual freedoms. The challenges faced by Russia during this period of transition were immense. The country had to redefine its identity, rebuild its economy, and find its place in the post-Cold War world. It was a task that required strong leadership, economic reforms, and a new vision for the future. With Putin's rise, a new kind of power emerged in Russia. It was a power marked not just by economic strength, but also by political control and a strong sense of national pride. This new Russia, born out of the ashes of the Soviet Union, continues to shape the course of global politics and history. In the 21st century, a new class has come to dominate Russia, the oligarchs. As the dust of the Soviet Union's fall settled, a new breed of ultra-wealthy individuals emerged, wielding significant influence over Russia's economy and politics. These individuals, known as oligarchs, have come to symbolize the seismic shift in Russia's socio-economic landscape. The rise of the oligarchs can be traced back to the economic reforms of the 90s. With the dissolution of the Soviet Union, state-owned assets were swiftly privatized. This rapid transition created an environment ripe for opportunistic individuals with the right connections. They seized the moment, amassing incredible wealth virtually overnight. These new billionaires then used their fortunes to influence politics, shaping the trajectory of modern Russia. Among the myriad of oligarchs that emerged, two figures stand out for their influence and notoriety: Roman Abramovich and Mikhail Khodorkovsky. Abramovich, known for his ownership of the English football club Chelsea, is a prime example of an oligarch who has managed to navigate the treacherous waters of Russian politics successfully. His business empire spans from oil and aluminium to television and, of course, football, illustrating the vast reach of the oligarchs. In stark contrast stands Mikhail Khodorkovsky. Once Russia's richest man, his story serves as a cautionary tale for oligarchs who fall afoul of the Kremlin. Khodorkovsky's outspoken political views and his attempts to influence Russian policy led to his arrest in 2003, followed by a decade-long imprisonment. His downfall underscores the precarious balance of power between the oligarchs and the state. The emergence of the oligarchs has undeniably left a significant mark on Russia's economic and political landscape. Their influence continues to reverberate through the halls of the Kremlin and beyond, making them an integral part of Russia's narrative in the 21st century. The oligarchs' era has added yet another layer to Russia's complex history. As we continue to observe the unfolding drama of Russia's transformation, the role of the oligarchs serves as a compelling testament to the nation's resilience and adaptability in the face of change. From the Tsars to the oligarchs, Russia's history is a fascinating journey. We've traced the path from imperial rule in the Tsarist era, through the rise and fall of the Soviet Union, to the birth of modern Russia. We've delved into the era of oligarchs, exploring how power and wealth have shaped the country's trajectory. Each chapter of this journey reveals the complex tapestry of Russian history and its impact on the world stage. This exploration has only scratched the surface. There's so much more to discover about Russia's rich past and its transformation. Remember that history is not just about the past, it's also about understanding the present and anticipating the future. If you found this exploration of Russia's history interesting, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video. Your support helps us create more content just like this. Thank you, and until next time, keep exploring.